Now, the fun part begins. You have a gauge on what the market is, your risk tolerance, the direction of your investments, how not to gamble, and focus on investing, and what diversification is. If not, go back and watch some of my previous videos by clicking somewhere. If you've already watched them, then you know what's next. Hey there, my name is Anthony, and welcome to Growing Your Wealth. First off, I'm a sinner redeemed by Christ. I'm a husband, father, student ministry volunteer, photographer and videographer by trade, and a stock market enthusiast. The reason I'm making this channel is to bring glory to God while helping others become good stewards of the money they have. All right, let's get into this fun stuff. A famous investor once said, "It's not supposed to be easy. Anyone who finds it easy is extremely stupid." While my approach may be a bit more gentle, I'll give you key elements in how I decide to pick a stock going forward. When having trouble deciding what company to invest in the stock market, think about all of the companies you invest in outside of the stock market. You're probably thinking, I don't invest in any companies outside of the stock market. What are you talking about, Anthony? Oh, but on the contrary, you absolutely do. Think about the toothpaste you use, the food you eat, clothes you buy. What about activities that you participate in that cost money to do? Chances are they are all in businesses that are publicly listed in the market. This is how I got started investing. I looked at everything I spent money on and determined if it was a good investment going forward. Once I decided, maybe I should buy into a company, I utilized a strategy to help me pick stocks going forward. All right, let's look at an example. My family and I really enjoy vacations, going on cruise ships especially. So I thought, what cruise ships have I been on and which ones are listed in the market? I came upon Royal Caribbean, Carnival Cruise Lines, and Norwegian. When I began looking at these companies, it was early 2020. Then all of a sudden, the pandemic sent these companies into a downward spiral that destined them for bankruptcy. So what did I do? I utilized the 5 W's of investing. Oh wait, you don't know about those, but you will soon. This video isn't about how I dissect a business, it's about understanding what stocks may be viable investments. Okay, so I looked at what ship company I liked, and from my experience, I decided what company I was going to do deep research on. But why risk any money on a business that may be destroyed forever? That's a great question. But if you know anything about the American consumer, I know they are resilient. If a business has a lasting business model, the American consumer won't let it go extinct. I was willing to make an investment into a business that would bounce back even stronger than before. My research proved worthy, and I was paid handsomely over a few years of investing in this business. While this is one example of me picking a stock, I can look at my everyday life experiences in determining others. I live in a house full of ladies. If I know anything about women, they care about beauty and skincare. Makes sense. But what products do they use? I see e.l.f., Estee Lauder, and Honest brands. If any of you are parents, you know those little rugrats have endless energy. My wife and I aren't that fortunate, and we find ourselves looking for energy sources. My wife keeps the fridge stocked with Alani energy drinks, and I enjoy Dutch Bros from time to time. How about I look into these businesses that my wife and I consume? Okay, I'll take a look at Starbucks, Dutch Bros, Celsius, and Monster. Catching on? Sweet. So, who is this strategy for? Well, it can be for beginner, intermediate, or advanced investors. I actually used products for many of my investments and invested in the business only after I owned them. If there is confusion as to what would be a good investment, just look at your daily life purchases. If you believe they are worthy for you to spend money on, imagine how many others have that same mentality. Okay, hear me out. Just because you and many others may use a product doesn't mean it's a viable investment. You have to learn how to dive into a business and determine many factors: value, forward metrics, growth, etc. All right, listen. James 1:5-6 says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea blown and tossed by the wind." I understand this verse is about spiritual wisdom, but asking for wisdom in all things is absolutely 100% biblical. So hang in there. This is a starting point. If you're having difficulty deciding on what stock to pick, just remember, this doesn't replace constant engagement in what the business is doing going forward. All right, that's it. Quick and to the point. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What investments do you have that you use in real life? If you received any value, think about subscribing to the channel and maybe liking the video. It goes a long way in growing this community. Until the next video, happy investing, and may God truly bless each and every one of you.